What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Delta Online Racing Gallardo Super Cup Championship presented by Off the Track. My name is GTR Kicker, joined as always by my good friend DR Roadkill. I call him Jason because that's just what I do. You feel free to call him whatever you want. But what's up, dude? Yeah, I love this truck. Yeah, and I mean the standings. I mean they're pretty set in stone for. I mean the top 8. I mean they're pretty secure. I mean Wolf's is back is good by 39 points back to Martin. So, I mean top 8 are pretty set. It looks like, barring anything absolutely crazy. I mean I think Martin would have to win both races today, and Wolf's would have to. His drop on is 161, so Wolves would have to score 161, and then they'd be tied. I think, something like that. So, yeah, I think that's. I think everyone else is locked in. So, unless we have any lag outs, Yeah, for sure. A lot of the guys are already using their drop rounds, so it's going to be interesting today to see how everyone sort of takes to the track. Pretty sunny today in Germany, so I'm not anticipating any rain or weather to come into effect. So it's going to be exciting. This is one of my favorite tracks. It always makes for great racing, especially in GT cars. It is absolutely great. I remember watching the Z4 Cup around here on YMTV. Great race. Yeah, you were part of that as iRacer 7 Plus. Crazy. That was like almost a year ago, actually. I think. Yeah, I was getting ready to start my second semester in my freshman year in college. So, and Eric Pipes was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do the Z4 Cup on Forza 6. You should see what kind of times you can pull out," because I had class and I couldn't race it, so I just want to see where my times were at. But I ended up watching all the races. But that was great racing around Nurburgring GP. This is such a unique track. Not the full circuit, but I mean it makes for some great racing and definitely a lot of overtaking possibilities throughout this track. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to this because we also have our first grid penalty of the series. So, guys, if you're not familiar, if you haven't been following along about the license points, so what happens is drivers get into incidents and they appear to be at fault. They get license points, and what happens is if they accumulate so many license points, then what happens is they get a grid penalty. So depending on how many they have, they get a certain grid penalty for the next race. So today we have GTR Falafel. GTR Falafel is getting a 5-position grid penalty. So yeah. Give me 1 second here. No, but I'm getting an issue with not being able to. They're saying that they cannot hear you, which is very weird.
That's why.
Am I on
Okay.
mute or something?
I fixed it. No. I had the thing switched. There we go. Okay, we're back. I was wondering what that was all about. Okay, you guys should be able to hear Jason now. We're just getting ready to go into...
I'm here. I've been here the whole time.
Oh man, I hit the wrong button. So yes, blame me for everything. I run the streams. So
Yep.
yeah.
So I do blame you for everything. That's
I
how
know
it
you
goes.
do. I know you do.
I take no responsibility for how this turns out.
That's always good to know. So, getting ready to go into qualifying, guys. Remember, GTR Falafel, or Floflal as it's pronounced, has a 5-position grid penalty, and so wherever he qualifies, he'll be jumping down 5 spots in the order. So if he qualifies 5th today, he'll be starting in the 10th position. They will not drop a lobby, though, so if they qualify in a lobby, they will be in the pro lobby. They will not. If they qualify 15th and then they get a 5-position grid penalty to 20th, they're not going to start in B lobby. That's very
Yeah,
elusive.
they'll just start. Yeah, I don't know. Should we just make them in a different bucket and just have them leave at like 2 seconds behind?
I don't know. Steve's the one that's running this, man.
Yeah. Well, we should tell Steve. That's what we should do. Oh, we're already in qualifying because I finally got into the lobby. God.
So we are in the lobby with Williams Roadrunner, Valache Racers,
Aerox Nismo. Those are the guys we'll be probably watching the most. Is Nismo still in the bubble? I believe he is. Or
he is
well
46 out. I don't think he can make it though. Mathematically.
That's quite the tall order. Mathematically, on one, barring some crazy stint. Why do you have a P-class BMW M8?
I was doing that.
So odd.
I did like
I don't
4
want
laps.
to hear it. I'm good.
I did like 4 laps of the Spotlight Rival. It's fun to run a clean lap.
Okay.
The car was abusive. The car was absolutely abusive.
I can only imagine. Can only imagine. Alright, here we are, in.
So qualifying going to be huge around this track, especially through the Mercedes arena. It's going to be extremely difficult to sort of get around people. I mean, turn 1's a main overtaking spot, but once they get through there, I mean, until they get to turn 7 and the hairpin, it's going to be quite interesting to try to be able to maneuver their way around people.
Did you drive this car on this track?
I did not, but we did earlier.
Wait,
like,
what?
When we were testing, like, months ago.
Oh, yeah. So you know it's pretty awkward through the Schumacher S's.
Oh, it's extremely awkward through the Schumacher S's.
Strange handling. I mean, it's an awkward car to, like, all round, but the Schumacher S's demands, like, a lot of bravery, and this car just does not deliver that kind of ability through that section. The quick change of direction, particularly with sim steering, makes it pretty difficult there. So that's an area of interest for me, is the Schumacher S's.
It's going to be interesting how they take it, especially because you have to dip your wheels on the right side, and
that's going to unsettle, yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, it's going to unsettle the car. I don't know if they're braking for the Schumacher S either. It's going to be interesting to see if they're braking for that. I think they will have to a little bit.
Oh my Jesus, mind you, Roadrunner running a 2030 on his outlap.
I don't even think I could run that.
No, you can. I believe. 201s was what I was managing around here. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There goes Races putting a 201 on his outlap. I mean, maybe he started further back on the grid, but that's still crazy. I'm expecting like mid 58s. For the lap here. Paul.
Yeah, I saw Bokit put down a 158. 158.5, I believe, in testing.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, so low 58s then.
So we'll see.
Maybe even high 57s.
Yeah, I have a question in the chat. Is this is this spec racing? So sort of. Yes, technically it is. The builds are all the same. So the car is just a straight up Gallardo, and then the
race
they
brakes.
they only have race brakes, and then and then they can tune the cars however they like. So
yeah, they can tune the cars however they like, but yeah, there's not much they can tune. Well, there's no build improvements. They can adjust the aero, they can adjust the brake pressure, they can adjust the suspension however they like. They can take their tire pressure to wherever they want. Roll bars are there as well, I believe. Diff, all the goodies. All you tuning nerds. I know you love that kind of stuff. It's always interesting to see how people come up with, like, how they set their car up for these kind of conditions. Looks like it's going to be a dry day today here in Germany as we cross over into a different country. Oh, there you go, 58.9 from Roadrunner.
Clean. Yep. Racers.
Clean,
I don't know if he put down a. What did he put down?
I don't think we've had racers cross the line yet.
Is this Steve racing?
Yep. There
Steve
we go.
is
Racers
racing?
got. What? Steve is racing.
Steve is racing.
Well, Steve's a brave boy today. I think he's just feeling numbers. Don't know. Maybe he's just having a play while everyone else is qualifying. Minute 58.7 from Racers. So there you go. Taking provisional pole there from Roadrunner.
He's in a nice DOR and off the track livery. I like it. He might be using his wheel. I wonder if he's using his wheel.
I want to see this. Yeah, he probably is. He really likes that. And to be honest, I kind of like the wheel as well. And I wish I was better with it, so I could race competitively. But unfortunately, that's not the case right now. Yeah, I got Steve racing. That's funny. Go, Steve.
Let's see here. So, top guys in your lobby right now. Veloce Racers has provisional pole with 159 something, you said?
158.7, and Roadrunner's right behind him with 158.9.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's close.
Yeah, so they're pretty close together, but that's just, bank elapse. I'm expecting that time to fall a little bit.
So
I'm gonna hop on board Roadrunner or something like that for a laugh, see what it looks like.
I'm on board with Racers right now. See, no brakes for
Schumacher.
Yeah.
Using up all that track onto the run onto the straight there, that's really important. Getting a good run onto that straight. It's the only large straightaway. Oh no, not quite the only, but it's pretty important large straightaway in this track, as well as the front straight. I totally forgot about that one for some strange reason. Nailing that chicane there though.
Racers, yeah, he could have taken a little bit more aggressive, but probably trying to just get a clean lap. Maybe he's on a good lap, and
nice and
he's trying to just
through there.
secure it. Oh,
yeah.
just I think that might have been dirty on the edge.
I don't know. It's pretty forgiving on that curve. I mean, I don't know. That was pretty close, but I'd say he stayed clean. Yeah, he just dropped his time by like a few hundredths of a second.
He's pulling the handbrake in turn 1.
That's cute.
So these guys loving the handbrake. Nice livery here.
This car
from Racers here as well. I think PTG Coops did it, but go ahead.
Yeah, I think that the handbrake on this car particularly works really well because it just struggles to get that rotation going. So if you can help it around with the handbrake, that typically helps a lot with your lap time. And we're seeing a pretty big split from guys like Roadrunner and Racers to third place even.
WRT
Sweden
Pro is in third.
Yeah. Nearly 2 seconds behind.
Yeah. Nismo, I expect Nismo should be able to dip into the 59s. What's he running right now? 203.8?
3, yeah, 203. That doesn't sound right at all. Look for him to move up.
Definitely not taking the Schumacher as aggressive as we saw Racers taking it. Maybe this doesn't have the setup on the car properly. I'm interested to see how these guys do today as well. I think a lot of the players are in the other qualifying lobby right now. So, I mean, we're only seeing a couple here, but Racers and Roadrunner, your top 2 contenders in the championship. Racers is clear by 50 points. So he's going to, barring anything crazy today, he's going to win the regional championship in $100. So, yeah, Roadrunner's second. Renault, Bokit, Chris, Lawrence, Matt, and Wolves are all in the other lobby qualifying at the moment.
Interesting. I mean, I thought Bokit was missing out in this round. I think he's going to sit this one out. Is that not true?
Yeah, Bokit's not
yeah.
correct.
Okay, well, there you go. And you're sure ESC, well, not ESC Chris anymore, Aerox Chris is going to be sitting this one out, qualifying in the other lobby?
As far as I know, he was on the live timing, so should be here.
There you go. Okay. Look forward to seeing him at the front. But those are our normal front runners, and it's be interesting to see how they qualify compared to Racers and Roadrunner here.
A couple of WRT
Racers.
Drivers as well that we don't normally get to see. Kragadon and Sweden Pro, letting Racers
Kragadon
go
making
by.
a bit of an error there. Yeah. Really crisp lines from Racers here. Really hooked up. Really early on the throttle there. It's really important to get the run down this straight. It's short enough straight, but you can get a run on somebody, and the deep braking zone into this hairpin is a good passing opportunity. That inside curb will ruin your lap too. It'll scrub your momentum and put you offline. So pretty important to avoid that one.
Yeah, double apex there as well. You're going to want to go in deep, hit the first apex, let the car rotate, use its engine to sort of slow the car itself down and rotate it so that you can come out in as straight a line as possible to carry the most amount of speed going on the next straightaway and hit that second apex.
Yeah, absolutely. Race is doing a great job there. He went a little bit awkward through the Schumacher S's, so I'm not sure if we're going to see him drop his time yet again, but he's dropped into the 6/10, so pretty close laps. He's got some real good consistency here. So I'm expecting a lot of car speed from him. Looks like he's got a good setup. If he can manage that kind of consistency within a few tenths of each other, I think pretty much just a tenth. So that's pretty impressive from him.
Definitely just cut the
Really
chicane, so I don't think
chicane.
I was gonna say, I don't think he's gonna get a cleaner lap. Roadrunner looks like he just took the pole.
Oh, he did, provisionally.
At the end.
Oh my goodness, with a 58.3, so right down there.
Wow, what a lap time. 58.3.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. With this kind of car, like, and I struggle to run into the under 2 minutes in a GT3 car. I'm homologated, so I'm terrible. But yeah, Race is just really showing us why he's an RC driver and why he's winning this championship. And Roadrunner definitely not shy.
Showing why he's a past RC champion.
That's right. That's right. I mean, yeah, not too many people can claim that particular accolade.
Yeah, only 2 people can claim that right now, Roadrunner and Lage. So.
Yep.
I mean, Box won a series championship.
Which is no small feat.
Yeah, and Lightning won the New York Invitational. You know, so I mean, yeah, but no one can claim they're a world champion except for Roadrunner and Lage. So.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Racers and Roadrunner go one-on-one in this series. I know Roadrunner's not putting in a whole lot of practice, but I mean, the guy's been playing for so long, I don't think he really needs to.
Well, we'll see what these guys are capable of. I know that they're really going to be sweating it for Spa. We'll see what they can do with Spa, because that's where the big money is.
Spa's going to be...
It's interesting to see them also go against Renault, someone we don't see too much at. We haven't seen him at RC.
No. Yeah.
And yeah, so quite interesting to see how he's doing. I mean, he's an extremely quick driver. I mean, I think at one point he was ranked in the top 20 in the world. You know, so definitely showing why he's extremely quick as well. Formerly known as BAM Renault, was on the team with Seven. Seven is now part of William Esports as well. So, yeah.
How about that? Small world.
Yeah. Let's pull up the series standings, just so you guys can have a look at where we sit at the moment. So as you guys can see, Racers has a commanding lead in this series. Roadrunner sitting back there, shortly followed by Renault. Bokit, Chris, Lawrence, Matt, and Wolfs round out your top 8. Like I said, 39 points back from Martin, and Wolf's drop round is a 161, I believe. Oh no, it's a 0. Never mind. He didn't finish in a race. He didn't participate in a race. That's right. He missed Suzuka.
Yes.
So that makes this a little bit more doable. but I mean, it's still a tall order to gain 39 points in 2 races. I mean, Martin's going to have to win a couple races, because the split to 20 points back, I think if you finish first, I think if you finish 5th, you get 20 points, somewhere around 20 points less. So Martin would have to win a couple races, and Wolf would have to finish lower than 5th or 6th. Yeah, definitely a difficult thing to do if he wants to make it into the finale.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be able to do it, but it's going to be interesting for sure. I mean, we always like looking at the bubble. It's always really competitive there. Plenty of drivers jockeying for position across the season. So if you haven't seen the rest of the races, go check them out and have a look at where everybody ended up and how they started out. That's always cool.
Yeah, taking a look at the schedule here real quick as well, just to see how we got here. Road America first race, then we had Sebring, Laguna Seca, Suzuka, Silverstone. We are now at Nurburgring GP circuit. Next week, cannot wait. Grand finale at Spa. Oh, man, that's going to be awesome. Top 8 from each region going to be collaborating at 6 o'clock Eastern time, 11 o'clock p.m. British time for the finale. That's when qualifying starts. We will be here at 5:30 or 10:30 British time. That's when you guys will see the preview show. Maybe we'll have a couple drivers on as well. Hopefully get to talk to them before the race. And yeah, looking forward to the preview show as well. Previewing to see, what these guys are going to do. I mean, at Spa, I mean, that's the whole point of this series. Get to Spa.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Spa. That's a really good track. Also, weather inhibitors there, potentially. I believe it's in Belgium. Belgium's in winter right now, so we'll have to see how that goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no snow setting here in Forza.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure the drivers like that. There's no snow setting, because racing in the snow with GT cars would be a nightmare. Although some people like that, some people like the challenge. I don't know. Personally, I'm okay without it.
Yeah, I'll pass on the whole snow thing, but I don't think any racing actually races in snow except for maybe like rally.
Yeah, I mean, oh no, I can't really think of anybody else that would do that. Only rally drivers are crazy enough for that stuff. And their cars are kind of made for it.
Force one of the chat goes, seasons change everything in all caps. Oh, that's hilarious. I love that. Yeah, so here's a look at the track.
That's a pun. If you don't know what that is, I'm pretty sure that's a reference to Horizon.
Yeah. Let me pull up the track map really quickly so we can just take a look at what are some of the overtaking opportunities here on this track. I know there's quite a few of them. This is sort of a stop-and-go track, but really unique. Elevation changes, and place to really watch for, I think, is going to be the Schumacher S. What do you think?
I mean, the Schumacher S is definitely a potential, there's a lot of potential for mistake there, and if you make a mistake or take the wrong line, you're going to be losing a lot of speed along that small straight between turns 9 and 10. So definitely, if you're far enough behind them that you don't get caught up in whatever strange move they make after they make that error, you can definitely run somebody down towards turn 10. But if we start from the start of the track, turn 1, definitely the longest braking point on the track, besides maybe turn 13. But one of the best overtaking opportunities as far as braking is concerned. So if you can outbrake somebody into turn 1, we could look for a cutback. You're heading into turn 2, which is an elevated left-hander. I mean, that's a really important move. You can get a good cutback series through there, and because it's a cutback into a technical section, there's a potential for a lot of good racing through the Mercedes arena there, through turn 2, 3, 4. Even along to 4, 5, 6 as well. You might see battles start at turn 1 and finish at turn 7. Turn 7's another one that I want to look at. Deep braking zone, plenty of track there. If you take the inside line, you can brake super late because of the cambering of the corner there. You can carry a lot of speed there on the inside. So, yep.
Yeah.
And obviously turn 10 and 11, they're good points to pass as well. 10's quite a large braking zone through that small straight. And then 11 as well. If you can get a good run out of there, you can run somebody down to turn 12 and turn 13.
Hopefully we don't see any, Lage dive bombs into the chicane there, like turn 13.
Yeah, let's hope not. It's a tight spot there between turn 13 and 14, that chicane. best to just try not to go too wide through there, but I'm sure we'll see it plenty as racers like to push the envelope always. If you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. We got live timing. It is in now, and the split is pretty small, actually. Well, not pretty small. I mean, it's about 2.5 seconds, which is actually relatively larger. So yeah, I'm just an idiot. So we've got Roadrunner on pole with a 158.328. 3/10 back is Veloce Racers with a 158.6. And then 4/10 back, Lawrence qualifying in third with a 159.0. And out-qualifying Chris by 9/1000ths of a second. And then Renaud a 10th back, less than a 10th back, actually, rounding out your top fives. iWolf's your bubble drivers in 6th. GTR Falafel with a good time in 7th, but unfortunately, he has a 10-position grid penalty, so he'll be starting in 15th position today. And then EVR Matt running at your top 8.
Wow. I mean,
So,
EVR Matt's been up there the entire time, and Martin's up there too, is he? He's yeah.
Martin is down in 13th position, so it's going to be a tough sledding for him today.
Still in the A lobbies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there you go. Steve's back in the pace car, so I think we're gonna see if we're just having fun while they qualified instead of just sitting around doing nothing.
Makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. So Flowfall, good qualifying effort from him. Unfortunately, he's just gonna put him back into last in pro lobby, which is a shame. But hopefully we'll get
that's what you get.
See him come through the field. He's definitely showing us in qualifying that he's got some decent pace. Maybe be able to compete for a podium position, as he's only 0.6 off of Lawrence, who qualified third. So, especially in the reverse grid, I think he's going to be one to look out for.
Yeah, I mean, in the first race, he's going to be one to look out for sure, because he's starting behind technically slower drivers, well, slower qualifying drivers. So he has a lot of potential to move up. So we're going to see him try to make a lot of passes throughout the race. I mean, hopefully he improves his position. That's going to be good for his chances. I think he's fairly close to the bubble. I'm not too sure there. I can't remember what his points were.
Let me have a look really quickly.
He's around the 8th spot, if not 7th.
I think he's like 10th, I believe.
Oh, he's 10th? Oh, he's outside the bubble. Oh, well, that's going to hurt his chances for sure.
Flawful, yeah.
Yeah.
Flawful is
outside the bubble. Yeah.
10th, outside by 45 points. He's got a little bit of work to do today. We'll see.
Yeah, I think that set him back quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't worry, guys. Bokit, even though he's missing this round, this is his drop round, so he's not going to miss out on any points, realistically, and he will be in the final next week.
Yeah, I believe he is completely guaranteed. He's sitting in 4th, over 100 and something points ahead. I mean, I don't even think it's math.
That's an impossible. Yeah,
I don't think there's any way anyone can make that up in 2 races.
Not with it including the drop round.
Exactly. Yeah. So, just having a look. No GTR Warwick today either. He was on the bubble. What a turnaround for his season. Unfortunately, I feel so bad for him. I think it all went south when he at Suzuka. I mean, he was right on the bubble. He finished in that 3rd position. He would have been 3 points back of Wolf's. And they could have had a great battle to the end, but unfortunately he didn't. Ended up 26 points out, and then qualified in Pro-Am lobby last week, which pretty much kicked him out. And so he's not even racing.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely that turning point in Suzuka where he had like a really good shot, and then the outside rail on 130R, and that was it. Championship hopes goodbye.
Yeah, so guys, if you're just joining us, my name is GTR Kicker, and I'm joined by DR Roadkill. This is the Delta Online Racing Gallardo Super Cup Championship Round 6, final round of the series before we head to Spa for the grand finale next week. Racing is just a few minutes away. I believe they're just getting the lobby grid sorted. Again, just going to run through your grid really quickly. Starting on pole is Williams Roadrunner with a pole time of 158.328. Racers second, followed by Lawrence, Chris, Renault, Wolf, Flawful, Matt Gaming, and Unseen Saint round out your top 10.
Wait.
What?
Lawrence outqualified Chris? I missed that. Damn.
Yeah, I told you by 9,000ths of a second.
Oh my goodness. Lawrence pulling out the ace in the hole there. Well done.
He outqualified Renault too.
Oh my god. Well, Lauren's showing some excellent pace here today.
Yeah.
Let's
Qualifying
see if he can
11th.
stick it.
Qualifying to Sweden Pro, 12th HCCR Blackout. After this round, I believe he will be officially joining the Aspiring Motorsport Royalty Team. So congratulations to him. 13th will be DOR Martin, 14th Nismo, and rounding out your pro lobby drivers will be WRT Kragadon, qualifying in the 15th position. Those are your drivers you'll be seeing here in about 3 minutes.
Although, just to be clear, Flawful's going to be starting at the back. Or Flowflower.
Oh, that's right. So Flowfall qualified 7th. Everyone behind him will be bumping up, and he'll be starting in the 15th position after coping a grid penalty this past week after a bunch of steward inquiries. I believe there were a lot more on the U.S. side. Again, we'll get more into that on tonight's stream on the U.S. side. There are a couple of drivers, especially on the bubble, that got penalties. So
yeah, some interesting moves around the back of the U.S. side. So don't miss the U.S. side. There's a lot of potential action right there. But yeah, Flowfile unfortunately missed his braking point in Silverstone into, I think, Loop, and outbraked himself into Wolf's, sending Wolf's off the track, and that cost him a couple of points there, costing him enough license points to cuff him a grid penalty, and that's a 5-point grid penalty, or 5-position grid penalty. And that seems harsh, but, you know, we're trying to stamp out any kind of rough driving. And yes, it was a mistake, but that doesn't mean that we go lenient on that. That's just, we try and encourage drivers to drive safely.
I think I was wrong. It's only a 5-place penalty for Flowfall, so he'll be starting in the 12th position rather than 7th. So I believe I was wrong.
Oh, well, that's how.
I apologize.
That's not too bad. Yeah.
Apologize.
I mean, I did say 5-place grid penalty a number of times, but anyway, Giga's math is on point, and I'm excused because I just woke up.
Yes. Guys, this weekend as well, I'm sure you guys are familiar, we do run a podcast show. We used to do it every week on Sundays.
What? We run a podcast show?
Yeah.
When?
This weekend actually, we're back Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 p.m. British Standard Time, GMT. We are live with the Forza livery guy. We have, we're going to be talking about the Forza December update, the M8. We're going to be previewing the Gallardo Super Cup finale from Spa. We're going to be talking with the FLG, Forza livery guy, about anything and everything Forza and painting. So if you're a painter, definitely want to tune in for that. It's going to be an awesome show right here on our channel.
I'll pick up some tips.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. Good to be back on the podcast ring. Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking to the FLG. I mean, if you've ever used one of his paints, you know that he's really gifted. He's got some really good eye for making a car pop. I mean,
yeah.
What else can you say? He's one of the most prestigious painters in the community.
One of the
and he just seems like a nice guy.
One of the OGs too. Like he's like he's back from like Forza 2.
So he's been painting in Forza a really long time.
Yeah, for sure. So looking forward to having him come on the show. Also, don't forget. Well, I should tell myself not to forget because I'm forgetting what I was gonna say.
Yeah, you're just tripping over your own tongue. Cool, good job.
Yeah, I was gonna say something, but like, I forgot.
Oh well, just quickly, I like how Sweden Pro has the Sweden driver gear. I really like that. I thought that was funny.
I'm so glad I'm laughing because you're getting a kick out of that. That literally makes my day. It's so funny.
I mean, it's a cute little move. I like it.
Okay. I mean, it's nice. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm allowed to enjoy that. He's proud to be Swedish.
Good for dude. Good
the
for
only
him.
Swedish guy I've ever met was like 7'5", by the way. He was fucking huge. I mean, wow, swearing. But really tall. He made like, I played pool with him, and he made the pool table like it was a full competition-sized pool table, and he made it look like a child's toy. It was ridiculous. It came out like the pool table was huge on me. It was like above my waist, and it like crested just like sort of mid thigh on him, and that he had to like bend all the way over to get onto the table to shoot. To, like,
have you
shot.
ever?
It's crazy.
Have you ever been in the presence of like American football players or like basketball players They're just absolutely
Yes.
freaks of nature. Like, you don't realize
Yeah,
on
yeah,
TV.
no, I've definitely been in like NFL games where there's lots of football players around, and definitely been to an NBA game all the way across the world to hang out with really tall, giant basketball players. But I assume it was something similar to that.
Well, no, the thing is, like, you don't realize, like, on TV, they look like they're
totally.
normal size. You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, he's as tall as
Yeah.
me. And then you see him in real life. It's like the dude's like 6'8", and you can't fathom how tall someone is when they're 6'8", and so you actually see it. And you're looking up at them.
Well, that's because they're all standing on a field with other guys that are 6'8". You know what I mean? Like they're all the same size.
Exactly.
And you just have to look at that small guy, and you're like, okay, he's 6 foot. Everybody else around him makes him look tiny.
Yeah, no. You ever see like the 5'8" guy on the basketball
Yeah,
court
yeah.
surrounded by like all the guy? It's
Yeah.
like, oh, that guy's tiny. And he's like, oh, he's as tall as me. What?
Who brought their kid along to play? No, just kidding. I'm playing.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, for real though. Those guys are just ridiculous genetics right there. I mean, if you've ever seen somebody 7 foot, you know what I'm talking about. Like I'm 5'10", 5'11". Yeah, and Ricardo's 7'5", so he's just, I don't know. I felt very small. And walking with him, you have to like run. Like the stride on that guy was huge. We're really off topic right now.
Yeah, we really are. I gotta give a shout
just filling
to.
time.
Yeah, no, I have to give a shout to a bunch of my GTR teammates as well. They did a bunch of liveries on a bunch of McLarens. If you guys have not seen it yet, go to Twitter, check out Legion GTR, check out GTR Spearman, check out GTR Grand Sean, who's one of the best painters in the community. They did this whole thing where they had like 13 McLaren liveries, I think, on every McLaren in the game, and they were all like Fernando Alonso tributes. So go check it out. I wish I had pictures to show you guys. I do not. I was just told to shout it out now. If I had known ahead of time, I would have prepared pictures to show you guys.
They also prepared a
McLaren
livery for the F1 Renault. Or Renault.
Renault.
Just so you know.
I
Yeah.
just say Renault. No, it's Renault actually. I think it's Renault.
Renault?
Like,
yeah. I
yeah,
feel like
I
it's
think-
Renault, but whatever.
That's what I was told. Like when I was on DRR, people were like debating. They were like, "Oh, it's Renault," because I used to call it Renault, and I'm like,
yeah,
oh.
definitely the guys on DRR are like a super like legit people to talk to about how to pronounce a French manufacturer. You're dead set right there. But there was no way
they
I could
weren't
have
wrong.
missed those things with the amount
They
of
weren't
notifications
wrong,
that I've
bro.
got. Yeah, but like, I wouldn't trust any of those guys. They're from like Texas and stuff. Like, they don't know how to pronounce French words.
It was MXM balls. Every time I said Renault, he was like, "It's Renault." He would like interrupt me. He'd be like,
It's Renault.
He goes, "It's Renault," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm sorry."
I love guys like that. They're just like, no, you're wrong. We're not friends. It's Renault.
Jeez.
Or people that
Alright.
like say it's Porsche, and then I can't deal with that. That kills me.
Anyways, all right, so we're going to take you guys through the grid now as we are ready to race. Starting on pole position, we have Williams Roadrunner. He's starting on pole today. He's got a couple wins this season. See if he can close the deal out and end the season on a high note heading into Spa. Veloce Racers, the dominant driver this series. He starting second position. We'll see what he can do from that spot. Amar Lawrence starting third. He has a bit of a rough series so far, but in the top 8 and looking to secure his place at Spa today. And starting in the fourth position, we have Arox Chris.
You mean Nurburgring GP, by the way?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Whatever. Starting fourth, Arox. I thought Renault was starting fourth. I don't even. Oh, there he is. He's behind Chris now.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Well, I'll go on.
But yeah, Arox Chris starting in the fourth position. He won at Suzuka. See what he can do today, starting from the fourth position.
Yep, and as we briefly just mentioned, GTR Renault starting in the 5th position, potentially. I mean, if they swap positions later, that's also something that could happen. Yeah, and following him is iWolfs. He needs a good finish today to secure his position inside the bubble. And his teammate Matt in 7th place following him. And his teammate, other Matt, is also following him in 8th position.
Starting in the 9th position, we have GTR Unseen Saint. Haven't talked about him too much this series. We'll see what he can do starting from the 9th position. Looking for him to maybe work his way up through the field. Starting in the 10th position, we have WRT Sweden Pro. Haven't seen too much of him either, actually. So be interesting to see if he can work his way up or if he'll fall backwards into the clutches of 11th place starting position, HCCR Blackout. We'll see. He's had a decent series as well, running with the big boys. And then starting in the 12th position, 5-position grid penalty after qualifying 7th is GTR Floflau. Looking for him to move through the field. He's the one to watch here in the first race.
Yeah, absolutely. Following him is our good friend Dior Martin. Doing a great job. Still qualifying in A-Lobby. Just behind Floflau in 13th place. 15th place?
13th.
13th place. 13th place. This is, as I was going past the pace car there, kind of caught me out. And in 14th, we've got WRT Karagadon, or Erox Nismo, actually, as they just changed positions and screw me up. Yeah, that looks like that's what's going to happen. He's Erox Nismo in 14th, and in 15th, we have WRT Karagadon bringing up the field.
I'm going to start on board with EVR Matt, starting in the 7th position. Is he starting at 7th? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he's 7th. Okay.
Yeah,
okay, cool. Guys,
and
this is
looks like Steve's about to head through the field.
Yep, guys, this is the final round here before we head to Spa. You will only see 8 of the, well, you only see 7 of these guys, and then Bokit as well at Spa. So here we go. If you guys have picks to win, let us know. I'm looking for Falafel to come through the field and have a very high finish, but I'm looking at Roadrunner and Racers to really duke it out. We'll see if we see that consistency from Racers today, like we've always seen all season.
Yeah, really consistent from Racers, even in qualifying, running within those few tenths of each other. So that's going to help him a lot if he gets out in front of Roadrunner. Just that consistent lap pace, lap after lap.
Yeah, and they're off. Racers goes immediately defensive. Roadrunner does. Everyone looks like they got a clean start though as they head into 1. Contact between Racers and Roadrunner as they head down into 2 now. Who's going to get the lead here going into the Mercedes arenas? They're 3 wide with Chris and Wolfs on board right now with Matt still. Matt's going to get that spot. I'm going to jump up to the top 4 here. Nope, that's Steve. It jumped me to the pace car for some reason.
Always good to have that happen.
Can Racers keep with him now? You can see the groups forming as well. Lawrence is going to want these guys to battle if he wants to keep up with them. He's got Renault breathing down his back right now as well. Renault wants that podium position. Racers sniffing all over the back bumper of Roadrunner as they've sort of sorted themselves out now into single file.
That was really cool to watch him go through that hairpin. All in a neat little row. Oh, Renault all over there. Renault missed his Schumacher S. I don't know if you saw that, but Lawrence has got himself a nice little cushion now in 3rd position.
And I think Matt got around him now as well. Renault falls to the 5th position as Chris goes a little bit wide. Chris has fallen all the way down to 6th.
That's only 1 position back, you realize that, right?
No, sorry. No, he started in front of Renault. He started 4th.
Oh, quickly, there was a lead change. Racers got the runner on to Roadrunner through the turn 11 there. And he passed him in turn 12, and now he's taking the defensive line into the final corner.
Roadrunner trying to hold it around the outside. This is a tough spot to keep the momentum up. Roadrunner does, though, for that gap increasing now. Racers takes the lead, goes defensive down the front straightaways to complete lap 1. Who's going to be braver on the brakes?
Lawrence, apparently the bravest of them all.
Yeah, Lawrence spawning out the back here now. You could tell was looking for the cutback. It just wasn't there. Racers did a good job to defend on the exit of the turn. Racers, bit of a slide, leaves a space. Roadrunner peeks his nose in there. He's side by side coming out of the Mercedes arena now.
Yeah, Racer's doing a really good job to position his car defensively through that section. But he's giving it on the inside here. He's got the inside for the next corner.
Left him no room there as they both glide off, and Lawrence has got to be loving this. Lawrence has got to be loving this. Racers holds on to the lead. You can see that collision model. The cars just stuck together. They almost went off the track.
Yeah, really good job for both drivers to keep that clean.
Racers really deep. Looking to get, you could see it double apex there. Just missed the second one there, but he still got a better run than Roadrunner did. Now through the Schumacher S. Extremely difficult section to get right. Easy to get right into the sand.
Oh!
Look at Lawrence just stalking back here. Waiting for any mistake.
He got a bit of a twitch there. Racers just seem to be having really good acceleration out of the corner. I don't know if Roadrunner's got more top end, but that seems to be what's going on here as he gets a really good run out of 10, 11, yet again onto the back straight there. Look at him just gap Roadrunner. Three cars there. That's an impressive lead.
Yeah. This is Lawrence now we're on board with. Looks like he changed up his paint a bit. It's this green chrome thing now. Looks pretty good if you ask me. But he's just stalking these guys, showing he's going to be a contender at Spa. He's going to be a big contender.
You know what? I wonder if the Hulk paints that way to make it intimidating in the rearview mirror. Because as I'm looking back from Roadrunner right now, it kind of looks scary.
It's very possible. Look at him just pulling the e-brake.
Yeah, it looks like he outbraked himself a little bit there and just pulled the e-brake to get himself turned in. Let's see if there are any other battles going on there.
I'm on board with GTR Renault. He wants that 4th spot back from Matt as Matt takes a wide entry into turn 3. Renault takes the wider line. He's going to have the run as Matt goes wide. He's going to have to go defensive here.
Squeezing.
Does Renault. Yeah, he's leaving him 3/4 of a car. Gives him a bit of a tap. Says, I didn't appreciate that. Mr. M25 traffic jam car leaves a space. Renault's going to have a run. Going into 7 now in the hairpin. Renault's going to get the job done. He should have been later on the brakes, though. I don't know why he didn't go later on the brakes. Matt grinds him on the left side and gets the job done. Now Chris is going to capitalize on Matt, too, heading up to the Schumacher S.
And Chris wants his spot back as well. Matt, I don't know if he's got the pace to live with these guys. Really good line from Chris through the Schumacher S.
I'm going to monitor that battle for the lead as well, because it looks like Roadrunner's sucking back up to Racers now.
Racers pulls on him there through that corner.
Yeah. Chris so close to that sand. So close to the sand on the exit of, I think that's turn 12.
Yeah, for some reason that sand acts like super glue, and if you run over that, you scrub all your momentum. And that is a huge way, that's a really awesome way for someone to pass you. It sucks a lot.
Coming to complete lap 4 of 9 now as Matt is stalking Renault. He's keeping pace now. You were worried that he wasn't going to be able to keep
doing really
pace.
well.
Yeah, he's keeping the pace up.
He's leaving Chris as well. He's leaving Chris behind.
Chris has sort of just missed a couple apexes here, a little bit of a wiggle there, and that was it. I mean, leaving him for dead. As Lawrence has just checked out from these guys.
Yeah, Lawrence sort of finding himself in a little bit of a bubble there in 3rd place. Showing some really good pace here from Renault and Chris. Even keeping up with Roadrunner and Racers, so that's pretty impressive for those first 5 laps.
You see Renault dipping his wheels into the left side, into the grass there in the Mercedes arena. I think that was turn 4 or 3. Just helps the car get rotated. Especially on a turn like that, the grass, depending on how you take it, you don't want to take all the grass, obviously, but because there's a wheel, it provides a wheel slip. It helps the car on the inside of the turn. It helps the car rotate. So that's what he's doing. He subs off a little bit of, not a little bit of speed, but as he goes really wide, but definitely beneficial if you get it right. And a lot of guys tend to do it a lot.
You can see Matt kind of falling off for now right there. Just not really showing the consistency that the guys around him have. Chris making a little bit of an error through turn 7 hairpin, and he's lost a bit of ground to Matt as well.
Yeah, so these guys sort of spacing themselves out now. Roadrunner 6/10 back. Let's take a look back through the field a little bit. Go back to Unseen Saint. Just behind Matt Gaming.
Have a look at Flo Flau.
There's Flo Flau on 11th. Only made up 1 position so far. Surprising. He showed good pace in qualifying. I'd like to see him up a little bit further.
And Blackout staying with Flo Flau as well. I mean, Blackout's no slouch, so that's the position he's made up is Blackout, I believe. So that's probably why it's taken him so long to get around. Oh, Matt Gaming making an error there and bailing out.
Here comes Flo Flau. Why did he park it? He parked it?
Yeah, he parked it. I'm not too sure what happened there. Matt Gaming's parked it. He's He's going into the pits. He's got damage.
Well,
Maybe
just
he put it into a low gear.
I don't know, just like that though. Flowflow is all the way up into 9th, and Unseen Saint might have damage. There's blackouts late on the brakes, completely hits the back end of Flowflow. Lets him go though. So Flowflow is back up into 9th. I think, does Unseen Saint have damage too? He looks like he was really suffering on the straight. He's got 20% transmission damage.
And
wow.
6% engine damage, that's what I'm showing here as well. So that's going to really hurt him down the straightaway. Oh, he's picking up damage through the shifts, I believe. I think he's not clutching enough. And he's just missing that clutch and giving himself a little bit of damage every now and then.
What a shame that is, running in that 10th spot.
Yeah, sorry. I did confirm that Matt Gaming had 18% engine damage. That's a really bad downshift from him, I think, into the chicane there, and that's why he just bailed out. But yeah, that's not good.
Could have been that these guys, as Blackout's going to take advantage, Unseen Saint's just going to fall backwards. You got to make sure that, you know, you got to practice on sim damage as well. This isn't a hot lap session. There's sim damage on. You can't just spam, you know, your downshift and use engine braking. That's not how racing works with sim damage. But yeah, Unseen Saint, unfortunately, is just like a rock in the ocean, just sinking. And
we'll see if he pits or if he's just going to continue.
Let's take a look back up through the field now. Matt Gaming, unfortunately, horrible end to his race. I think Unseen Saint might have to pit as well, like you said. Racers just pulled out a bit of a gap here, concluding lap 6, and Lawrence is keeping pace with Roadrunner. For the most part.
And Chris is still stuck behind EVR Matt. EVR Matt doing a great job here at Nurburgring.
Very late on the brakes from Lawrence. And Roadrunner goes deep. Can Lawrence capitalize on this, though? That's the question. Can he get that 2nd spot?
I bet you Roadrunner wasn't expecting to battle with AMR Lawrence for this race.
He's no slouch. Lawrence is quick, man.
Yeah, we're seeing that here today. I mean, Race has established himself a little bit of a gap there, so that's good for him. We saw him have really good consistency, and I think that's what's coming out here. The strong consistency from Race is pulling out that gap. And Lawrence just, you know, that's impressive. He qualified well, and he's showing us that he's got some good consistency as well, keeping it up with races. And sorry,
Lawrence looking really strong right now. You can see it even through 5 and 6 right there. Just looked really smooth. And right when I say that, he slides. Oh, man.
Curse the commentator.
Curse right there, yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
2 laps to go. I don't think... Oh, he's making some errors.
I'm back now to Chris as Matt slides to the Schumacher S. He's going to sim twitch into the sand, into the tire wall, almost. He's only going to lose 2 spots because of that, though. Wow, but Chris gets around him, just the pressure. Pressure getting to Matt there. Suffering through the Schumacher S. It's a tricky corner. You could easily let that back end slide out. And now he's sitting in that 7th spot, way back. I was having a good run here in 6th position as well.
Good showing from the EVR, well, the M25 traffic jam guys today.
Yeah, Matt was leading that squad, and now it is iWolf's in that 6th position. EVR Matt all the way back in 7th, and then Matt Gaming, I believe he had a poor downshift, like you said. Unseen Saints all the way back in 12th. So he's getting swallowed up by any of these guys still. He's got 28% transmission damage now.
That jumped up and down.
Now it's up to 36% transmission damage.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, now it's back down to 28. I don't know why that's weird.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the spectate mode is strange. You have to give it a couple of seconds. But he's also got that 6% engine damage there, and I think that's really hurting him. That's 6% of his power just not available for him. And sometimes when you have damage, it'll like cut out as you accelerate through the gear. And yeah, that'll hurt him. So, it's gone up to 40% engine transmission damage, but we're back down to 28 yet again. So it's strange.
Well, 28's still up from 20 from what we saw.
Yeah, so that's slowing down his shifts. and then he's got no power as well. As you see Sweden Pro just blast past him there. Absolutely nothing he can do.
Yeah, Unseen Saint unfortunately falling backwards. Hopefully he'll have better luck in the second race. He'll be starting up front. He did show some good pace, qualifying in that 10th position, so we'll see what he can do starting the second race. But, I mean, this one's a lost cause for right now.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to limp on home and just gather up as many points as he can. Look towards the second race to make up those positions and maybe get an early gap and see if he can hold out as long as he can. But as we've seen, races and Roadrunner are able to blast through the pack in a couple of laps. It's pretty wild.
I mean, Racers comes through the field in half a lap, so I mean,
yeah.
I don't know what they're going to be able to do about that. But starting the final lap now, 9 of 9. Racers is your leader, a little bit back to Roadrunner, and then a little bit more as Roadrunner goes really wide in turn 1. Looks like he's struggling to find his braking point in turn 1. Lawrence in third.
Yeah. Racers definitely with a commanding lead right now over Roadrunner. It's like nearly 2 seconds back to Roadrunner.
Well, Renault is also showing that he's got some good pace. He's closed in on Lawrence. In that 4th position, and it's a ways back to 5th and Chris. Then Wolf's, then Matt.
Yeah, Matt throwing away his chance at a solid finish in the top 5 there. Oh, Renault just getting some sand on the exit of turn 6 there, and that's going to let Lawrence get away. It's probably going to ruin his chances of getting that podium position, unless we see a mistake from Lawrence.
It's very possible, especially in the Schumacher S. We'll see.
It's about 2 seconds between Racers and Roadrunner, and then 2 seconds back to Lawrence, and then 2 seconds back to Renault as well now.
Not too much action going on here. Just your standard stuff. Roadrunner starting on pole, but Racers, it's Racers that took the lead early, never relinquished it, never looked back, and pulled out that 2-second gap as he comes through the chicane in the final time. Now Racers is going to take... How many wins is that on the season for the man? That's got to be like 6 or 7.
Yeah, he's definitely got a lot.
Races.
He's the most winningest driver of the whole series so far.
U.S. side included. U.S. side's a little bit more spread out in terms of wins. 4 guys have wins, but it's Racers. Racers taking his 6th win of the season in 9 races.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
Race. Yeah, the 11th race of the season.
Did he sit out on a round? I can't remember.
He dirtied a lap in qualifying and never.
That's right. Yeah.
And then didn't start, and he qualified for B lobby, but then didn't start. So
that's his drop round.
Exactly. Yep. So Racers proving to everyone that he's the man to beat
top
in
dog
the
in
EU
the
side.
EU
Yeah.
side. Yeah,
really.
Absolutely.
We only have 4 different winners here in the EU side. We have Racers with 6 wins now in his 9 starts. Roadrunner has 2 wins, and then Renault has a win, and Chris has a win. But I mean, he's just dominating. I mean, it's a little bit more spread out on the US side. I think Lightning's got 3 on the US. I think Zoom has 2, Venom has 2, and I think Force 1 has 3.
Oh no, Force 1, yeah, of course, yeah.
So it's a bit more
really
spread out over there.
US side, yeah. I think a lot more similar pace from the US side. I think they're really having a go. They really want that $100 at the end of the season.
Yeah, for sure. But Racer's looking to secure that in the next race as well. Doing a great job. He takes the commanding win. We'll just run through your finishing order here. Let me get that up on screen as well if I can.
Looks like we have Racers Roadrunner taking 1st and 2nd, Lawrence taking 3rd, GTR Renault taking 4th. Carry on there.
Chris 5th, Wolf 6th, Matt 7th. Matt was up to that 5th position, but unfortunately had that little bit of a wiggle into Schumacher S. Yep, and lost a couple down. Never could recover. Martin with a good finish in 8th after starting from the where did he start? I think he started 13th.
Towards the back. Yeah, 13th or 14th even.
Yeah, he started 13th.
Yeah, nice.
Yep. Floflaw coming up from the 12th starting position after the grid penalty, finishing 9th. So I think he's going to be the one to watch again from the reverse grid, as he'll be starting in the 6th position. So we'll see what he can do with that 159.5 pace. Nismo 10th, Blackout 11th, Sweden Pro 12th, Unseen Saint with that awful damage, dropping all the way down to 13th. Kragadon 14th, and Matt Gaming with 15th.
Yeah, I wonder if Kragadon had damage too, because Unseen Saint, or he made a mistake or something, I'm not too sure, because I'm pretty sure Kragadon was in front of Unseen Saint at one point. Unseen Saint still managing to get around him or hold him off for that 13th spot. But Matt Gaming, yeah, just unfortunate damage there, and maybe he's looking to make up some quick an early gap to the leaders of the, to the winners, sorry, to the reverse grid, and see if he can get away a little bit and secure some positions and make up some points for the next race.
Yeah, so we'll see how those guys do in the next race. I'm looking at Floflaw. I mean, well, okay, you can't ever discount racers and Roadrunner coming through the field. I mean, they've proven time and time again that they just storm through the field. But I mean, I'm looking at Floflaw starting in that 6th position, and I mean, I don't think that anyone else is set up better than he is right now. Jason?
Yeah, sorry, I'm a little bit sick right now, so I'm just dying a little bit right now. Give me a sec.
I'll fill some more time with just some random talking while you gather your saliva. Yeah. Yeah, no, so, I mean, I like Floflaw. I think that he's in a really good position. I think that Lawrence as well is in a good position, starting 3rd to last. You know, I think he's in a great spot. He has an opportunity. I mean, he was keeping pace with Roadrunner, so it's a great opportunity if he can move through the field faster than Roadrunner and racers, which I know is a tall order. But if he can do that, I think he'll be set up really well. It'll be tough for them to catch him with fees and clean air.
Whew. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, it's going to be hard for Lawrence to do that. I mean, especially with Roadrunner and racers trying to get around him to begin with. I feel like if they get onto him early, they could hold him down and just watch everybody pass him, and he'll end up sort of chasing Roadrunner and racers through the pack instead. So he'll have to do a good job of defending early on, while simultaneously attacking the guys in front of him, which is a tall order, as you say.
Exactly. So race 1 done. One more race to go. Who do you like? Who do you like in this race?
Unseen Saint's not set up badly. I mean, we didn't see his true pace. I think he qualified much better than what he's put on there due to damage. So, I mean, he's got a good chance at least making a bit of a buffer. I mean, Martin, also one to watch. Floflaw, definitely. Potentially even EVR Matt there, but no, I think we'll see. I think we'll see some magic from races again, and he'll cut through the pack in 2 to 3 laps and be out in front in no time, as he's prone to do. I don't think anybody's super fastest towards the back, so he's not going to have too much trouble running anybody down. He's got ridiculous pace at this track, and super consistent. I mean, look at that lap time. 58.3 is his best lap, and 58.5 from Roadrunner. So pretty much just between those two, in my opinion, but we'll see.
I think that turn 1 is going to be interesting because it's a heavy braking zone, okay, and you've got those guys at the back who brake later normally than the guys at the front do. So the guys at the front are going to be braking a lot earlier. So it's going to be interesting to see if we see some punts. I mean, we might even get a restart. I mean, I think it'll be interesting to see turn 1 who's going to cut. It's going to be who can come out the best from the back of the field. Who's going to come out of turn 1 the best? That'll set themselves up for the rest of the race.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you can make up a lot of positions on turn 1 potentially, particularly in a reverse grid race where you see a lot of guys get really frantic on the start. The guys at the back a little bit inexperienced tend to sort of get messy into turn 1 when there's not guys in front of them braking much later. So Yeah, they get caught out by some early braking or some interesting lines taken by the less experienced racers, and you see guys like racers, Roadrunner and Lawrence, and they can cut through that section while everyone's cutting themselves wide or jostling for position out, like, you know, just sliding or whatever.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Yeah, that's where they can make up a lot of time.
Yeah,
you can see that top 5 there, really, really dangerous there in those 58s. So any of those guys in the top 5 have pretty strong potential to run away with this one if they can get through the field well enough.
Oh, for sure. It'll be interesting to see what they can do. Guys, if you're a painter as well and you want your livery to be leading the field at next week's finale, we do have a competition going on. All you have to do is get a Lamborghini Aventador 2016, put the lights on top, and go to town on the paint and get yourself a pace car make yourself a pace car livery. We got a competition going on right now. All it's got to do is have the Off the Track logo, Delta Online Racing, and then just say pace car or safety car or whatever, anywhere on it, and have at it. Your submission is due by Tuesday the 18th. The Wednesday the 19th, the winner will be chosen, and that car will lead the field. And Thursday the 20th, a week from right now, a week and 1 hour from right now, we'll be live with the finale, the grand finale from Spa of the Gallardo Super Cup Championship. So not going to want to miss that as well. So if you're a painter, go check it out. A couple of people already submitting paints. I think I just saw PTG Wildcat submitting a paint. So go check it out.
Yeah, I've seen some good ones. I've reposted at least 1 or 2, ones that I see anyway, and when I'm on Twitter, which is not often. So yeah, I mean, there's some good ones out there for sure, guys. So put that in. I mean, if you want your paint to be in the grand finale, it's a good idea to try that one out. We have a prize for that, by the way, or is it just getting in the grand finale?
Just getting in. Yeah, just getting in. But speaking of
that
prizes,
seems a bit unfair.
I don't know, but it was the last minute thing. Speaking of prizes, though, so if you guys aren't familiar, so the winner of the EU region today will receive $100 in USD money. Winner of the United States Regional Championship will receive $100 as well. And then next week in the finale, $500 to the winner, $200 in second place, $100 for third place. And I believe the winners will be getting trophies as well. I think they're going to be nice, like little glass ones. I think they're going to be etched. So yeah, I don't know if it's regional champion and grand champion or if it's top 3 from the grand finale. I don't remember what we talked about, but yeah.
Steve, post something on Twitter or something like that. Let us know. But yeah, no, trophies are a nice touch. I mean, you know, you can have that forever. You know, money only lasts so long, so we thought we'd add that.
Yeah,
that's a good touch. I think it's a good touch.
And the winner of the grand finale as well will get a special appearance on our show as well. So, I mean,
we had most of the guys at the front on the show already.
Are you kidding me? No, we haven't. We haven't had. Let's see. Race. Okay, we've had.
We haven't had Renaud. Yeah, we've had races. We've had Roadrunner. We've had.
Roadrunner didn't have like a. He didn't have like his own thing. He came on with the Force RC guys. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Force One as well. I think was part of that as well.
Yeah. But we haven't had Renaud. We haven't had Chris,
we haven't had
Lawrence, Matt, Wolfs, and then from the U.S. side, we haven't had Lightning or Zoom or Venom or Captain Solo or GG Racing or Skyline. Well, no, we did have Skyline. That's right. We did have Skyline.
Yeah. Oh, good God, man. Good God.
That was the weird show where it was like his phone kept going off. We had problems with Skype. It had to be pre-recorded, and you
disconnected like constantly. Oh wait, wait.
You fell out of the stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because your phone died. Yeah.
Yeah, guys. If you have any, if you think we're professionals, you're dead wrong. Anybody can do this.
All right, guys, getting ready for race number 2. Final time for the EU region. I can't believe the series is already over. Can't believe it.
I know, it went by so quickly. It feels like it's been 2 minutes. I really don't And we're gonna have to do another one. And I'm just gonna not know what I'm gonna do with my life after this. I've put so much time and energy into this. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm excited to get back into community racing though. That's I want to race so
Yeah.
bad. Like
More
I
time
love
for that's gonna
commentating.
be nice.
It's fun. Commentating
Yeah.
is great,
Mhm.
but oh man, I've been itching to get back into a series. Just haven't had the time or
Something that
schedule
you can
openings.
sink your teeth into. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so we're
I
gonna
mean,
take
I've been
you
doing a
guys-
series right now, but I've only been like practicing like the day before, and that's it. Like I'd like to be able to practice all week again, like I used to, and just really sink my teeth into getting those times down. But I don't know. I haven't had enough time. It's pretty challenging.
Yeah, we'll see. But here we go, guys. For the final time, we're going to take you through the grid of the EU region. Starting on pole position, we have Matt Gaming. Had that tough race, won with the damage and having to pit. So we'll see if he can work his way up to a gap in front of the rest of the field. Starting second, WRT Kragadon. Starting third, Sweden Pro. And starting in that fourth position, HCCR Blackout.
Yeah, and looking to move forward, we've got Aerox Nismo right at the back here. We kind of overlooked when we were talking about who's going to win the race. I mean, he's got real potential to run through the field and take first place. Following him is GTR Fliflau.
I think Jason died. Oh, there we go. Now he's back.
Did I?
There we go. You're dying. You're dying.
I'm
Here,
dead.
I'll take care.
No,
I'll take
I've
care
been
of
disconnected.
it. I'll take care of it.
From the lobby.
All right. Well.
Uh,
Well, you're like cutting in and out, so I'm just gonna take it through the rest of the field. Starting in the sixth position, excuse me, is GTR Falafel. Starting seventh is DOR Martin. Starting eighth is EVR Matt 212. Starting in the ninth position is iWolves. Starting 10th, Aerox Chris. Starting 11th, GTR Renault. Starting 12th, AMR Lawrence. Starting 13th is Williams Roadrunner. And starting 14th is Veloce Racers. I think I missed somebody. Maybe not. But yeah. That is the grid. And we're going to hop on board here with... We're going to hop on board here with GTR Flowfile. I can hear you now. Jason, can you hear me now?
oh my god.
Can you hear me? Jason? Stream issues, ladies and gentlemen. It's always good stuff. Jason, can you hear me? I think he died. Uh-oh. You guys can hear the engines revving now. I'm going to attempt to do this by myself for right now. Apparently. This is going to be extremely difficult. On board here with GTR Flowfall. Who's going to take race number 2? And they're off. Sweden Pro with a poor start. Kragadon doesn't even get moving. Flowfall's already up in that 6th position. So, yeah, I think that's someone already down there. Look at Chris all the way on the inside. Matt with a big punt. They're 4 wide as Chris and another Aerox driver cut. So they're all through cleanly, though. There's someone all the way at the back. Look at that. They're 4 wide back there. And that's Racers in the middle. If I can jump back there really quickly. Renaud already up to that 9th position on board with Martin now. Try to get Jason back into the party here if I can. Renaud and Roadrunner. Look at this dive from Renaud up the inside of Martin. Contact. Renaud trying to get the job. Look at Racer split in the middle 3 wide now. Oh, and a wiggle from Wolves as they make contact. Can Renaud get the job done as Roadrunner looks to the inside as well. Martin really wide. And Roadrunner Renaud through. Racer stuck back there in 12th now. Lawrence in 13th is a slide from Wolves. Can they catch that front group now? Aerox Chris all the way up into the 7th position now. Leader HCCR Blackout at the moment. Nismo in third now. Floflal up to fourth. Here comes Roadrunner looking to the inside of Renault. Through the right-hander, looking into the chicane now. Who's going to be braver on the brakes? That's the question. It's going to be Roadrunner up the inside, the left side. Contact a bit. Renault grinding on him. But Roadrunner gets the job done. Bit of a tough move there. Look at Floflal trying to get around those guys up in that third position now. Chris looking to take advantage of Matt as well. And I apologize if this is cringy, guys, trying to do this by myself. It's extremely difficult. Is there 2x2 heading into turn one? Floflal forcing, I think that's Matt Gaming forcing him wide, but he's going to keep that spot for now as Blackout starts to put the pace down. And here comes Roadrunner. Matt and Chris side by side. He'll leave that opening as Chris slides. Matt's trying to defend. Roadrunner looking to go around the outside. He's going to have the momentum coming out of the Mercedes arena now. He's going to be on the left side of the track. He's going to be on the correct side as Matt goes defensive. Little deep on it. Tap from Roadrunner as he peeks his nose inside a Sweden Pro. And as we like to say, cork in the bottle up there is that second place driver. I think that is Aeronax Nismo. Roadrunner just on the wrong side of all of these turns now. Oh, it's a tap and a sim twitch. It's a sim twitch from Roadrunner. He's off the track. And that was a tap from someone else onto, I think it was iWolves. Someone's in the sand as well. On board with GTR Renault as he gets the Schumacher S a bit wrong. Martin peeks his nose around. Blackout still your leader after 2 laps. Oh, look at this. Here comes Martin. Racers looking to make it around the outside here. That's Lawrence stalking back there as well. Roadrunner, all of that progress he did, now all the way in the back. Extremely unfortunate from him. Look at this. We're going to go 3 wide going into the chicane. No way. Do I hear
Sounds
Jason?
exciting.
Do I hear
I am
Jason?
back.
No, this has been extremely difficult. As they're going to go 3 wide. 3 wide going into the final turn. Oh, they thought better of it. They thought better of it. As Lawrence got ahead now.
Crazy.
Oh, look at this. Wolfs is going to have the run on the outside. Lawrence is going to go defensive on Roadrunner. Roadrunner's going to stick his nose in there. Peeks to the right side. Lock up from Lawrence and Roadrunner. Oh, they're 3 wide. That's Renault wide now. Roadrunner's going to make it 4 positions. 4 positions from Roadrunner. As Racers is up to that 8th spot now. And a slide from Renault again. Racers gets run Matt as well now into 7th.
Wow, I'm trying to catch up to what happened so far, but
craziness.
difficult.
Biggest thing to know, Roadrunner was all the way up into that 6th position. Had a little bit of a sim twitch going into 7 and went off into the sand and fell all the way back to 14th, but has worked his way back up to 9th now here at lap number 4. Oh, Lawrence, big lock up and slide. Martin's going to go through. Wolf's is going to go through. And that's Renault getting caught up behind him now. That's Craigadon trying to find his way back through the field. I think Blackout is still leading this race. Oh, what a dive. A dive from so much action going on right now. That's Roadrunner completely getting the entry to Schumacher S wrong.
we've got to move for the lead. Nismo side by side with Blackout, by the way. And he's
Good
through.
deal. This is why I miss you. And Nismo takes the lead. Who's the closest guy that you think could get the lead?
Floflal's right there. He's in 4th place. But Nismo is currently in 1st by a fair way. And he's looks like Blackout's going to have company into the chicane. And I don't know if he's going to be able to defend there, but he's definitely going to lose time battling with Matt Gaming in 6th instead of chasing down. Oh, looks like Racers is coming through. No, that's Aerox Chris.
Oh, did we just lose Matt
place.
Gaming? Did we just lose Matt Gaming?
I think we just lost Matt Gaming.
Oh, that sucks. Okay, so we've got Floflal in 3rd. If he can put the pace down, I think he has a chance to get the lead. But look at this. Chris is trying to go defensive on Racers for 4th position. These are your two guys that are probably going to look to win the race. Look at Racers really deep on the brakes, heading into one. Pulls the e-brake. Contact with Chris, but gets the job done.
I mean, if they keep battling so robustly together, I mean, they could hold each other down. And if Nismo can put on some pace and make a gap, he might be able to get away with this. With only 5 laps remaining, just about.
Just under 5 laps remaining now.
Yeah, just under 5 laps, that's right.
Is Blackout catching him?
Blackout's keeping him company, absolutely. There's not much to... Yeah, Veloce Races is really gunning on him. Gunning on Flofile there.
Flofile's got to move if he wants any shot at winning this race. Because look at this, Chris is in 5th, and that's Roadrunner back there in that 8th position as well. Just behind Sweden Pro. I think this is going to be where we want to be. Like... Look at Blackout, Nismo, Flofile, and Racers. Yeah, Matt Gaming just confirming full-on lag out. Sorry, bud. Really a shame. Flofile doesn't go defensive enough on Racers. Racers sends it up the inside, parks it on the apex. Flofile looks for the cutback, though. It's going to be on the wrong side of the track for that. Can Flofile get the run, though? Out of 12. Nope, not going to happen. Racers through into 4th. That's Chris stalking back there, and Roadrunner still working on Sweden Pro back there. Sweden Pro not making it easy. Oh, he let Roadrunner go, and as a result, Matt gets through as well. Did I lose you?
Roadrunner being held down a lot. Oh. No, I'm here. I'm just looking. Lawrence struggling as well. I see he's back there in 9th place. Definitely not what we wanted to see from Lawrence. He showed such good pace in race 1, and here we are just sort of like seeing a lot of mistakes from him. But that's okay. I mean, had a good race 1, so that's probably what he wanted, getting a podium.
I'm going to go back up to Veloce. Racers in that 3rd spot. I feel like he's going to be thinking about a race win again here. Trying to make it another perfect day. He sticks his nose up the inside, going through 3 now. He's going to have the better run on Blackout.
Good move.
Oh, Blackout's squirrely.
Can Blackout getting a really good run out of there somehow.
Can he hold him off, though? How long can he hold him off? That's the question. Nismo needs him to hold him off. Because look at this. Chris has gotten around Flawful now. And it's Roadrunner in 6th.
Yeah, Nismo really needs to put on some pace right now. Races as much out. And so Nismo is really enjoying that, I'm sure. But Races is crafty, but crafty enough through that hairpin.
Oh, I hope he doesn't take
this. Can't go too wide through the Schumacher S's. Oh
okay.
My god.
Extremely smart.
Oh, the
Racer's sliding. Wow.
Yeah.
That's going to give Chris the
Nismo's
run.
loving it so far.
Nismo's absolutely thriving off this right now. He just needs to put down some pace. He needs to put his head down and gap them a little bit more. It's just not enough right now, especially if Racers can get around Blackout. But Blackout absolutely doing a fantastic job here for a full 3/4 of a lap, defending against one of the best in Forza.
Yeah, I think Eric's Chris wants a piece of Racers, and if he can like hold him up, battling him, and maybe Nismo can get even more of a gap. That could be interesting to see if there's some team orders or team play on display here, and if Chris can attack Racers enough, maybe he can hold him up enough to get Eric's Nismo the win.
And look at this, Roadrunner and Floffel's going to go defensive on Roadrunner now, but Roadrunner's trying to get into the top 5. With 3 laps remaining, this is going to get extremely tight. Bit of a lockup from Blackout. Oh, and Racers forces his way through, and that's going to be it there. Now Chris is going to try to take advantage. Racers is through. Now how much pace can Nismo put down in these final 3 laps? That's the question.
Can he hold off Racers? That is correct. He's got a little bit of a buffer at the moment, but that's not enough. I mean, if he makes one slip up, Racers is going to be all over him.
Well, Racers is all over him right now.
Bullied wide by Chris.
Look at this. Look at him just close on entry. Racers. Oh, he leaves the door open.
He looks absolutely predatory right there, doesn't he?
Battle for the lead. You've got these 2, and then you've got a line of 4 cars there. That's Flofile being the caboose of that group. Chris still hasn't gotten around Blackout yet.
Blackout really being that cork in the bottle as they go 2 by 2 through. Oh, Chris is on the sand.
Someone's got to get around Blackout if they want any shot of winning this race. I don't think Nismo can hold on Racers for 2.5 more laps. It would be extraordinary if he does. No, that's a die from Racers.
Oh, that's a big move.
And that's the lead. That's Roadrunner into third. And that's going to do it for your race. I mean, I think that's going to be a Racers win, man. What happened to Chris?
Look at him gap out of that corner. Chris had it off at the hairpin, but he's still there in fourth. But Blackout, they've got a sim twitch through the Schumacher S's and just threw himself full on wide. He's fallen all the way down to 9th place from podium.
What a move from Renault! Oh, what a move from Renault, and that's Lawrence sideways. Oh, man. On board here with Sweden Pro now. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump you like that, but these guys are almost four wide.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Definitely some interesting racing happening here. AMR Lawrence struggling to get through the pack right now. Definitely got the pace, but just not quite the racecraft to get around them, maybe. We're now similarly struggling on this circuit.
I really feel bad for Blackout, though. He had a great race going, and unfortunately just kind of ended in tears there. He's all the way back in this 9th position now, trying to fend off the likes of Lawrence. Actually, now he's in 10th.
Battle pack.
Yeah. Kind of sorting themselves out now as Matt settles into that 6th position.
Some really good heads-up racing here. I mean, no one's punting each other. You know, there's no damage to the rear diffusers really. And it could be because I just joined the race and it's the first time I'm looking at these cars and spectate mode's awkward. Lawrence setting up the inside there.
Oh, we're gonna crash! We're gonna crash! Oh, not almost. Jeez. It looked like they just kind of got hooked. Going through 7 there, they just kind of got hooked on the bumpers and they just went sideways. I thought Blackout was gonna completely send Lawrence around though.
Yeah, again, some really good heads-up racing to avoid a further horrible collision as Lawrence gets another tap onto iWolves and nearly sends him round as well. It's not exactly great racing from Lawrence right now. He's struggling here to pass. Struggling to pass, that's what it looks like. He's struggling to make clean passes happen.
Yeah, he's not coming through the field like we've normally seen him do. You can see these guys, they're getting on the curbs a little bit. And it's just, unless you're in the chicane like we are now, as Wolf just completely cuts the second part of it, you know, it's not, you don't want to hit these curbs. They're angled weird to where they're going to kind of kick you out a little bit. Kind of like how Watkins Glen was on Forza 6. They kind of just didn't really hit those curbs. They just kind of kick you out. Not what you want to do. So,
yeah, I just want to quickly update you at the front here. Nismo has fallen down into 4th position. Aerox, Chris, and Williams Roadrunner getting through. I'm not sure how easily they made that happen, but looks like he's slowly getting gapped here by Chris. And it looks like Racers, Roadrunner, and Chris all with a little buffer between each other onto the final lap. I don't know if anything's going to happen up at the front, but just wanted to update you.
Thanks. Appreciate that, Jason. Because I'm still in this battle pack over Renault. Seems to be struggling with that car a little bit. Also, it seems like he goes forward, then he goes back. He goes forward, then he goes back. Right now, he's giving a little tap to Blackout. He's in the 8th position, but he's the last of those like top 3, top 4 guys that hasn't really come through the field yet. Oh, big tap, and Renault's gonna go wide. See what I mean? He goes up, then he goes back. He goes up, he goes back. Now he's back all the way into that 13th position, or maybe 10th. I don't know where he's at right now.
Lawrence sending it.
They're just jostling around back here.
Yeah, a lot of swapping for position right now, and as you say, just struggling to get through the pack. I'm not sure if they're running line or not, but it's potentially that they're not, and they're not really sure where the guys in front are going to break.
Oh my God, 3 wide.
They're trying to go 3 wide from turn 11.
And that's Blackout in the grass, in the turf. Makes it work as he goes wide. Lawrence gets out cleanly. Oh, and he sticks his nose, almost cuts him off. No, and Blackout's going to sim twitch around into the tire wall.
Ah, that is tragic for Blackout. That's a second sim twitch through that area that's cost him multiple positions. Bit of an awkward moment. I don't think Wolves was quite ready for Blackout to still be there on the inside. Pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, it looked like he just wasn't expecting him to still have his nose at the inside. Took the racing line, and just like one of those things, you know, Blackout's all out of shape now.
Right on
he's
the
all the way
last
back
lap
down
as
that-
well. There's no time to catch back up. That's really unfortunate for Blackout.
Oh, that was it?
You know, fighting for a podium all the way down to the 12th position. Yeah, that's it. So
Oh
our
my
winner being
goodness.
Veloce Racers taking a clean sweep here again. Racers just showing how dominant he is with these cars. Then we have Roadrunner, then EXC Chris, and then Aerox Nismo in 4th place. Who else we got? We got in 5th place, we have Flo Flal, so doing quite well from his position there. Then WRT Sweden Pro bringing up 6th place. AMR Lawrence fighting all the way to 7th. Struggled there to get through the pack. I Wolves there in 8th. GTR Renowned in 9th, as you said. 2 steps forwards, 2 steps backwards for him. DUR Martin hanging on to 10th. WRT Kragadon in 11th. HGCR Blackout in 12th. EVR Matt and Matt Gaming both lagging out of that race, finishing 13th and 14th respectively.
Yeah, I think the disappointment of the race has got to be Blackout. Really doing a great job defending against racers, and unfortunately, he fell all the way back down. You know, into 12th
some sour luck
position,
there
so.
for that. For HCCR Blackout. Hopefully, he has more success when he has AMR in front of his name.
Hopefully that's the case. I'm hoping that maybe we can get racers in here to talk to him. Regional champion from the EU side. Sending an invite his way here in just
Taking
a
it
couple
in
of
style,
seconds.
mind you.
Oh my goodness! Absolutely destroying.
8 wins out of 9. out
of 9 races.
What? 6 out of 9 races? Is that including these 2 or what?
So, or no, 10 races. Sorry, I think he had 8 wins in 10 starts, including.
So he didn't start. I think Suzuka, he didn't start.
Yeah,
so
because
just counting those 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the total of 12
Oh
races
yeah,
in
so
the
his
series.
strike rate's insane. Yeah.
Absolutely insane. Let's see if we can pull racers in here. I gotta find him. I'm on a weird thing here. Let's see.
I don't think we've actually interviewed racers this whole series, but mind you.
I thought we did once. I know we got Force 1 in here.
I don't believe we have. Yeah, I know we got Force 1, but I don't think we've talked to racers. Maybe we have. Maybe we did
once. Maybe we did
sure.
once.
Well, on his first win, potentially, we probably pulled racers in here. Let's see what happens. But we'll talk to racers real quick, guys, and yeah, we'll get his perspective on how he feels about the car, why he's so successful. I want to know that. Why does he think he's so successful?
Well, just sent the invite his way, so hopefully he'll be joining us here in just a few minutes. But yeah, what a race! I mean, action-packed there in the second race. I mean, I didn't even know it ended, to be honest with you. So
yeah, you were still going. I was like, dude, it's over.
But yeah, we are joined by Veloce Racers now, European champion of the Delta Online Racing God, a Super Cup championship. How's it going, man? Congratulations on the double win in the championship today.
Hey, thanks. I enjoyed it. It's good fun. I mean, it's like I really enjoy this kind of racing and all of that, and I think it kind of shows. Like when in the first race, me and Roadrunner were absolutely. I was trying to kill him, but without killing him. Obviously, he was trying to kill me. And then, but yeah,
We don't
it was a good race.
Kill. I don't know if we want actual murder on the streets here.
No, it's not like that. I mean, I think you guys coming to realise kind of what my personality is a bit like, and we were going at each other in the party, which you didn't catch there, obviously, on the stream, but it was good. It was very good fun. And yeah, the reverse grid. I'm not sure how much like you caught of the sort of savage dive bombs, like towards the end of it, but again, they were quite good because I quite enjoyed them because they were savage, but they weren't like I wasn't like box, I wasn't killing people. So
pulling out box real quick.
Yeah.
So we noticed you had like really extreme consistency and stuff like that. What made you what do you think made you so successful during this series?
Good question. I mean, I say this a lot to people, but the name is races because I can't qualify to save my life, but I like to think I can race quite well. And I think it's really shown in this series, like more than any other I've ever done. Because I don't know how many like one at most, like pole positions, something like that. I've had one pole, but then in terms of the races, I've just always like clawing back what I didn't get in quali. So
that's actually
I don't really know.
very accurate. I like that. Yeah, you just think that was it car setup? Do you think you had better car setup than other guys, or
no?
No.
I mean, I put a lot.
Just your racing ability and your aggression.
Yeah. Mind games, it's all of that, trying to throw people off. But like, to be honest, it was this series that taught me how to tune. Because coming into this, I had no idea. I'd never tuned a car before, and I'm not just saying that. I genuinely had not. But ironically,
that's ridiculous.
Roadrunner taught me like.
But he's regretting that decision.
No, I don't think so. He's taught a lot of big guys, and big ups to Roadrunner. He's a good guy, and it's been really fun racing him. And it will be interesting next week, mixing with the Yankees and Co. So yeah, it's really good fun.
Yeah. So what's your mentality going into next week? I mean, you obviously said that you're not, the best qualifier. I think qualifying is going to be huge though next week because you've got 2 races to try to win the whole thing. What are you going to be focusing on this week heading into Spa?
I don't know. I mean, I'll just kind of rock up, see what happens. Are we doing a reverse grid next week? Like, is race 2 reverse grid?
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, we are.
Excellent. Now I've got to just pray that luck's on my side, and I also got to pray that people like Lightning are taken out by lag or anything, something like that. That would be great. And then so hopefully there's some tragedies that happen around me but don't involve me, and then that'll be happy days.
How comfortable are you at Spa?
Well, I bring this up a lot. But it's the only track I've ever eaten Lage at on merit.
Ooh, that's spicy.
That is, it's true though. He is right.
I mean, I'm sure he is right, but it's still spicy. That's good news for you. If Spa's a strong track for you, then I'm expecting some good things from you during that race. I'm looking forward to it intensely, actually.
My
looking forward to
Lambo's
giving people
feeling
money.
good as well. Yeah, I'm patting my Lambo on the back. It's doing me proud so far. It really is. Everything I ask of it,
it seems like
it does. Unless it's Suzuka, then it doesn't. It just goes off into the gravel. That was a bit abysmal, but we can forget about that.
Well, we can because you had 8 wins out of 10 starts. So I think you've had a very successful season, barring Suzuka, and that's yes, you have.
Jeez.
Yeah, absolutely insane, dude. I mean, I think you averaged first place in race 1. I think you averaged like a 1.5 in race 2, finishing position. What? I mean, it was absolutely absurd. I mean, it's not like you're racing against scrubs. I mean, you had Roadrunner, Renault is quick, Bokit and Chris.
Bokit, Chris. Yeah, there's some really big names up there, and you managed to beat them all for the wins. Definitely taking this championship in style, friend.
Yeah.
You definitely have like a nice little relationship going with that Lambo, I'm sure.
I do. I literally, you wouldn't want to see what I've been feeding it. It's been unbelievable.
Yeah, I bet.
that
steroid infused chickens, because I feel like it's steroid infused chickens.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's that TX3 gas.
I think it's Veloce gas, man.
One thing actually I've been really impressed by you guys seeing is on the stream. I noticed that last week you saw that I was ripping the handbrake at times. And I was really surprised that you noticed because it was so subtle. But I think that's been like a thing.
Mate, we play the game. We know what it looks like.
yeah. But even I can barely see it. Like I can only notice it because I was like, that's the time that I thought I was Ken Block, and it wasn't. And so it's like really, I was impressed by that. But obviously, you guys play the game very, very much. So you compete as well. So I'm not surprised at the same time. But yeah,
well, I'm glad that we're getting commended on our skills as commentators.
No, it's been good so far. I think the broadcast has been excellent. I respect the persistence to do this, and then you're doing it again later as well.
Oh, the first week we were dog tired. We were dog tired after we did the first one, and we were like,
Yeah.
oh, we're gonna do this again, but
Well,
no,
we were doing
you get
B
used to
lobby
it.
as well. That's why. Like
Oh
the
yeah, that's right.
quadruple
Oh, yeah,
races
that was-
on both sides of the pond there. It was quite difficult.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Awesome.
No,
Well, thanks so
but,
much for joining
We
us.
appreciate the feedback.
Yeah, and
Yeah. Thanks.
congratulations again on being the European champion and claiming $100. So I'm sure that'll come your way very shortly.
Yeah, don't spend it all in one
Hooray.
place.
I won't. Wow. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
All right, man.
No, but
We'll
cheers,
see
guys.
you,
See you later, man. Good
we'll
luck in
see
the
you next
finals.
week.
Yeah. See you next week.
Yeah.
See ya.
Always good to talk to racers. Great guy. We had him on the show
Great guy,
at one
great
point. Yeah, dominant championship from him. And it's going to be interesting when all these guys clash at Spa. I mean, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, I'm interested to see, because if he's going to suffer in qualifying, he's going to have to really work that race to get in front of those guys. I mean, like you say, Lightning, Billy Sue even, Force
Zoom.
One,
Yeah.
all those guys coming over from, oh yeah, Zoom as well, of course. Can't forget that guy. Super quick, obviously. Interesting to see how that'll turn out.
Yeah, and you know, he's shown us that he can come through the field. I mean, he's extremely good at it.
Absolutely.
And I think he's going to do really well. I wouldn't be surprised if we're handing him more money after next weekend or after next week as well. So
Definitely. I mean, you know, he's got some stiff competition, but he's definitely up for a chance at one of those podium positions to get him some more cash, some more of my money. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's going to do it for our stream today, guys. We'll be back in 3 hours and 15 minutes for the U.S. side. So we'll see you then. Take care.
Look for us there. Yeah.